All right. Well, welcome everybody. This is Cleta the Cheetah. And it is April 21st, 2025. We have 10 days left of this month and we have a lot to do. Um, some of y'all probably got up and you just been just killing it all month. And then there's some of us who thought spring break was the first 3 weeks. So I'm gonna include myself in that. So now I'm like, okay, we got 10 days left of the month, but that's okay because guess what? A lot happens in the last 10 days of the month. Y'all know that. And the kids are back in school. If y'all didn't have spring break yet, I mean, ours is, they're all back. So it's like, I don't even have kids. It shouldn't even affect me. But in my mind, people are at the beaches. So am I, right? So anyway, thank y'all for being on here tonight. We are going to be watching one or two of the Pink Possibilities recruiting stories from the page that I sent last month, and they're going to refer to March and the special in March. Don't worry about that. We know the special is extended to April if you happen to be watching it. And so I just want you to listen to them and think how Mary Kay is for everybody. And, there's different ones. Today, we're going to start out with Dawn Otten-Sweeney. She is a corporate America girl. That's what she came from. And she says, she was shy, but she was willing. Okay. So we're going to start out with hers tonight. Here we go. Oh, I don't need to be on there. There we go. Uh-oh.
Thank you for taking the time. You may be helping a new consultant out with her business or a seasoned consultant that's working to go into leadership with Mary Kay right now. You may be listening to this on International Women's Day, and I think that's so appropriate because Mary Kay didn't just pick one day to make women feel special and give them a special opportunity. It has been 62 years ago that she decided that women needed the ability to be paid what they're worth around the priorities of God first, family second, career third. And that's where my life intersected with Mary Kay 39 years ago this May. So right now in this month of March, Mary Kay's opportunity, her mission, all of us in the field, all of those at corporate, Mary Kay's great grandson, that's the CEO and the president of Mary Kay currently, running a debt-free family-owned business in this crazy day and age, not just surviving, but thriving 62 years. I was intersected with this company right out of college. I had worked 9 months in a retail management job, got a marketing degree with a psychology minor, and was ready to conquer the world in the 80s, being a working woman of the 80s. And lo and behold, I found out that even though this was a bougie internship and job and one that I was grateful for, I also realized there was more month than money. I also realized that my credit cards were going up and not going down. And I did not have geographic mobility. I was engaged to who is now my husband, and his job was going to take us somewhere in the United States, but that was unspecified when he was hired. So I needed geographic mobility. I also had seen in the working woman of the 80s that I needed more flexibility than being an employee would offer me. I saw that people got up, worked, came home, ate dinner, watched TV, went to bed, got up, went to work, drive in some rush hour traffic, maybe watched some TV, went to bed. And they did that all year long for a 2 to 4 week vacation. Their promotability wasn't up to them, not necessarily on merit. Someone above them had to move, retire, die, or get displaced. I saw the writing on the wall of what my life was going to look like if I stayed there. And then all of a sudden, 2 women in a mall, one was a director teaching a consultant how to introduce herself to people and build a before and after portfolio with Mary Kay. And I said, yes. I had not been complimented in a really long time. It sounded fun. So I tried the products. I fell in love with the product. But what I fell even more in love with is the opportunity. An opportunity that was go girl, all for women. The first event I went to as a guest, you have an opportunity this month because of how much this company believes in you to start your Mary Kay business for $20. And I don't know about you, but $20 doesn't go very far these days, but it could give you a foot in the door, to be able to be a consultant with Mary Kay, and to see if you'd like to do more. You can still get your products at half off if you want. You're going to be trained by the best of the best. We don't hire outside trainers. Everyone that's going to teach you has already built her own Mary Kay business. But I saw women cheering each other on, teaching them how to build a business. The people who were teaching it wasn't because of their education. It was because they had proven to the company that they knew how to find customers. They knew how to build a sustainable Mary Kay business with a reorder business based on our skincare. And this has continued on as we went through the pandemic. We figured out how to teach women how to take care of their skin and build a Mary Kay business with a computer screen in between us. So now you could say yes, get your $20 consultant number, start the process of figuring out how much or little of this opportunity you want to take advantage of. You can start to build a team right away for 20 bucks. How many people can you think of right now that for $20 could use more flexibility, could use extra income that you can make right away? You could go on and do a Facebook Live with your friends and family, and you could sell skincare. You could sell thousands of dollars that you make 50% on right away. So, gosh, you guys, $20, I paid $85, 39 years ago in May for my starter kit. And it was a post-dated check because I didn't have that much money left over at the end of the month. And it scares me to think, what if I thought this was a risk of $85? You may think it's a risk of 20. You know, if you invest in products to be a business owner versus an order taker, the company has a 90% buyback policy. You make 50%, you take a 10% risk. I hated my job when I got out of college. They weren't going to give me back a 90% refund on my University of Michigan 4-year education. No one was gonna, because I didn't like what I was seeing and it didn't fit me very well. So for $20, you can see, you know, maybe it's the personal growth. Wow, I started off so shy. I'm still an introvert, but I realized my shyness was more people approval, perfectionism. And I've had role models and mentors who have taught me how to pay attention and help serve another person through this product and this opportunity and not think about myself. And you guys, that's been one of the greatest gifts that I've gotten, you know, learning how to anchor my life in God confidence versus self-confidence. I've been taught how to build a successful business, have financial freedom. This business gave my husband the opportunity in his early 30s to leave a high-paid federal agent job that most people don't leave because of the benefits and the, I call them golden handcuffs. But it gave him the choice to be an active parent and to pursue some of his dreams and goals also. And looking back, Mary Kay, had no idea that it was going to turn into a vehicle to really fuel my desire to help women be their best version of themselves that God created, not what the job description is, not the part of the country they're raised in, religion has told them, tradition has told them. Because this business, Mary Kay wanted you to be successful in all arenas of your life, financially successful, personally, as a mom, as a wife, as a sister, as a human being, spiritually, professionally, personally, the whole thing. She knew women worked best if that was offered to them. That's what's being offered to you in March, $20. And if you start early enough in the month, you may be able to join us at a career conference in one of the locations around the country that Mary Kay corporates put on. We're in the final 4 of the Mary Kay year. It's exciting. We have room at the top. If you're a leader, we'd love to have you use your leadership skills here. If you just want to make a little bit of extra money and see how it goes, that is absolutely fine too. We are going to help you do that and encourage and support you every step of the way. So thank you for listening. Definitely give feedback to the person who invited you on. And again, for 20 bucks, I don't know, you can't even go through a fast food drive-through line for 20 bucks these days. This could be the best 20 bucks you've ever spent. If you don't have it, you definitely need to do this. And if you're not sure if you need to do it or not, do it. Make the decision from the inside out. Get your products at half cost and see based on your own personal experience versus what any of the rest of us who have invested decades, sometimes more than half their life, like myself, into this business and could not imagine it any other way. So grateful someone offered me this opportunity almost 39 years ago. I would love to hear you say the same thing. Mary Kay said, there's some women who are going to be glad I did and the some wish I had. be a glad I did. Have an awesome day.
Okay, we're gonna watch one more because we have time for it, but I want to open it up to you guys for a minute. And what is one thing that you heard that you're like, that was good. I should say that when I'm trying to talk to someone. What's just something that you learned or that you could feel like you could use?
I love that. Glad I did not be, wish I had.
Yeah, I do too. We should say that every time at the end of every interview. Isn't that the truth? One of the things I like is that she kicked off her spiel with the values of this company. God first, family second, career third. Sometimes I do it at the end, and I think that's a great way to kick off the discussion. What's something else that y'all heard, or just something that you appreciate?
Along with that, when she said what women are really worth, not what the job title thinks you are.
Yes, yes,
It holds a lot of people back.
absolutely, absolutely.
And I like how she talks about how this business grows you personally, spiritually, and professionally. And I feel that definitely. I've come
Yeah.
a long way, baby.
Yeah. I mean, we all have, because the skills you're forced to learn how to deal with people, you have to practice in front of people, which guess what gives you confidence. And that confidence changes you from the inside out, So, okay, anybody else before we go to the next one? Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is Diana Sumpter, and she is a good friend of mine. She is prior active duty Air Force, started as a career enhancement stage to empower women to step into their dream. Okay, so let me pull her up. Okay, hang on. I decided to just watch these with y'all, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying them myself, Okay, hang on. Okay.
Was to learn that, and then now to be able to be best friends with our granddaughter who's a sophomore there in college.
I'm gonna
to
start
think
her
about
over. I don't know what I did there. Here we go. Sorry about that.
Hello, y'all. This is National Sales Director Diana Sumpter. Thank you so much for supporting your consultant and being on here just a peek into pink. I am so grateful that 38 years ago, the lady who led me to the Lord and the lady that watched our daughter about 70 hours a week just kept asking me to take a peek into pink with her. I'm so grateful that she did not tell a story about me, a story that says, gosh, you work 70 hours a week, you're active duty in the military, you don't like women. You wash your face with shampoo. You don't know where makeup goes on you. You're gone 10 days out of every month. You are on call 24/7. You've got college courses. Your daughter's already with me 70 hours a week. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that she did not decide for me, that I was too busy or not the type of person that could be a part of Mary Kay. I'm so grateful that she told a story that said, I love this person, this Diana Sumpter, that could really have her life changed by Mary Kay. And she kept asking me. And that, y'all, is how I ended up right where you're at, just looking into Mary Kay and to be able to do it through the lens of what if you could, right? What if you are trainable, coachable, teachable, that we could teach you how to meet people, to be able to have a conversation that is truly authentic to you, that truly serves people, doesn't sell them product, that we're creating an opportunity to be able to get together with people and to have them look in the mirror and be able to see the best version of them. Y'all, I love holding Mary Kay appointments. Even though I'm a national sales director, there is nothing more powerful than to be able to sit down with a woman, whether it's virtually or in person, and listen to her and listen about her life and be able to say, oh my gosh, you're such a great mom. I love that you're doing that. And then to watch her transform, because not only are we helping her find a skincare set that is the least amount of steps and the least amount of money and the least amount of time that is specifically designed for them, and a look that makes them feel powerful. But we're also speaking words of encouragement into them. And for y'all that are connectors and that you love to lift people up, Mary Kay is a great way to be able to do that. Honestly, y'all, whenever I started Mary Kay, it was to be more of an enhancement. I never dreamed that I would have the life that I have right now. I was at that time, I kind of told you about my schedule. I was interviewing to go to work for the CIA, and was really because I designed computer systems and I had a top secret SCI clearance. I really was looking at going more into the computer consulting firm, or as a computer consultant. But I didn't know anything about business. So really, Mary Kay was going to be more of an enhancement where I could learn more about, as an entrepreneur, time management, money management. I had the people skills of a wounded cougar. So I knew I needed communication skills. And so I just looked at it for that. But I will tell you, that night, I remember hearing the term, if nothing changes, nothing changes. I came there that night, and I had all the reasons why not, all the story that Wanda ignored. And I remember this gal saying, look, if you don't feel like you know enough people, if you don't know if you're going to be good, you don't know if you would be able to show this product, and all the things that go along with that, remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. You're not going to have more time, more friends, more confidence 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, 60 years from now, because something has to change in order for something to have to change. And that started cracking open my heart a little bit. And then when they started talking about making money, to be able to give money away, to be able to have an executive level income and be the primary influence in the lives of their children, and to be able to have the passion and excitement to have amazing marriages. You know, of all the things that I love about Mary Kay, I love who I have become in the process, my faith. I love our relationship that my husband and I have after 43 years of marriage. I'm so grateful for the communication skills that I learned, how to be the best mom to our daughter, because obviously I'm a type A. Well, our daughter is not a type A. She's really laid back, and I would have destroyed her had I stayed in that industry. I believe that a lot of reasons that's why I came into Mary Kay was to learn that. And then now to be able to be best friends with our granddaughter, who's a sophomore there in college, you know, to think about 38 years ago, I had no idea that the intangibles in Mary Kay would play as much of a significant role as the tangible ways. I was $35,000 in debt. My husband, I say me because my husband didn't know that we were in debt, because maybe I signed his name. And so we both had top secret clearances. You can't do that. And so I was looking for a way to be able to make money. And so I want you all to think about that. What if you could be a part of a company that was designed by a woman for women? I was trained by Mary Kay. I had the privilege of sitting in her home. And I remember telling the story of what it was like for her to be a single mom back in the 50s and 60s, and how hard that was. And she went into the direct sales industry, and they just never allowed her to share, but they kept saying, Mary Kay, quit thinking like a woman. And she got sick and tired of training men to go on to make more money than her. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You know, in 1963, women were only making 69 cents on a man's dollar. You move ahead to where we're at now, we're barely making 80 cents on a man's dollar, depending on the industry. Like, it just hasn't changed that much. So y'all, Mary Kay Ash sat down to write her memoirs, a book about the perfect company for women. And she designed our marketing plan for highly ambitious women who were big dreamers, who love to work to win, to be able to serve people with whatever it is that they're doing. She designed that out. She wanted to have 50% commission. She did not want us to look like the other network marketing or multi-level companies. That's why Mary Kay is a direct sales, a B2B business model. We buy for $1, sell for $2. The masses of our people, that's all they do, is they just want that 50% profit. The other thing she wanted to do was have a car program. She wanted to be able to have retirement. She wanted to create a company where a woman would be paid what she's worth, not what a position is worth, and that where she couldn't be fired, and where she could promote herself when she was ready. She didn't have to wait for somebody to die or to, you know, retire, that you could go up the career path as you want. And so this is her marketing plan, her gift to the world. Mary Kay is the original iconic disruptor. Nobody thought like Mary Kay back in 1963. And that you think about 61 years later, here we are. We are the #1 best-selling brand of skincare and color cosmetics in the world. Hang on, let me get my pom-poms out for that. How exciting is that? We are still family owned and operated. Her grandson, who Mary Kay selected, is still running the company. Her great-granddaughter has also got a big part of our company. Our products are made right here in the United States. And when you wash your face with Mary Kay, you are supporting the hopes and dreams of your consultant. You're helping your local economy, the tax base there, and worldwide, y'all, there's millions of consultants and thousands of employees that say thank you for being a part of Mary Kay, even as a client. You're representing a product that is 1,600 patents and tested to EU standards, made here again in the United States. I mean, wow, how exciting to think about having a safe product to be able to show people. And if they were interested in the product from day one, you're immediately entitled to 50%. We teach you how to meet the people. Now here, I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna try out some things, you're gonna be like, sister, I'm not doing that again. Try out some things like, oh, like authentically me. And so just, you got to have a good sense of humor, right? You're hungry, teachable, trainable. Y'all are doing way harder things than what we're ever going to ask you to do in Mary Kay. And that every time somebody treats themselves to product, you make 50%. The cool part about Mary Kay is the additional streams of income, because once you show them how to get the product, whether you do that on the face, whether you're going knee to knee, or you're on the screen, right, virtually going screen to screen, or whether you're going screen to meme, as far as just working on social media, you decide what playground, right? You get to decide. You get to decide who you want to work with. Like, you're in the driver's seat of your career. But anytime somebody treats themselves to product, 50%, they reorder. Again, you don't have to show up, 50%. This, by the way, every time you order product, goes back to the Mary Kay family, and they could keep all that if they want to. But Mary Kay also wanted to thank people for growing the company. So if there's somebody that you want to have on your team, you're like, let's go through training together. I had 3 people that jumped on my team, even though, like I told you, I washed my face with shampoo, wore no makeup, hated women. It was the wives of the guys that I worked with, because I was so happy. They wanted to know what I was doing. And that really made a difference for me, because that night I got started. 8 months later, we earned the use of our first career car. 4 months later, stepped into the top 1%, which is directorship. And I was making 3 times more than I was in my Mary Kay, so I qualified for an early out. Right after that, we stepped into our first pink Cadillac. And so now I'm 61 years old, been in a pink Cadillac since I was 25. I hadn't made a car payment since I was 24. Think about what that would do for you. Oh my gosh. And world-class trips, 25. That all comes from Mary Kay's portion of the dollar. If you were to bring somebody into the company, think about this: 4, 9, and 13% that Mary Kay, for as long as they're in the company and you're in the company, they will say thank you for growing Mary Kay. I was saying in the military, they gave me an ulcer. They didn't give me a bonus. That was my bonus. So every time somebody orders, Mary Kay says thank you. Then you can get lots of prizes, like these 5-carat diamond rings, the trips I was telling you about, the 25 trips all around the world. We're getting ready to go on a privately chartered cruise to Alaska. Oh my gosh, we've been to Rome. We had a private tour of the Sistine Chapel. Mary Kay rented out 13 turrets on the Great Wall just for us. I mean, crazy, crazy things. Think about, where would you travel? Who would you take? You could promote yourself to directorship, that top 1%, unlock 16 streams of income. Starting to get exciting, right? Instead of having 16 different jobs, why not just open up a new division of your business? How fun. Then you've got the diamond rings and the pink Cadillacs and the car program that's paid for out of Mary Kay's portion of the dollar. Title, tags, license, car payments, and a portion of the insurance paid by the company, or cash. Think, would I take a car? Would I take a cash? We'll tell you more about that. Then you could also join me as a national sales director, 24 streams of income, and retirement. Oh my gracious, y'all. Mary Kay allows us to be able to retire from the company. And they take our last 5 years, pick out our best 3, pays that to our estate for 15 years, even if something happens to us. It's not on the stock market. We don't have to contribute to it. Oh my gracious, how exciting is that? And we're able to give a portion of our business to our daughters or granddaughters daughters under the legacy program. And this is what Mary Kay runs corporate on. This is yours, right? Your 50%, this is yours. And this is what the company, that's a company designed by a woman. So all you've got to do is order a starter kit. And then you can decide, do I want to have an enhanced starter kit and have some products? Do I want to have some products on hand to create a wow experience? Guess what, y'all? Mary Kay will treat you to up to $1,300 in free product, plus a buyback guarantee we can tell you more about, and we'll teach you everything you need to know. So remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I would challenge you, what if it does, right? It could be a total life change like it was for me, or it could be an enhancement that makes you better in all the areas of your life. I hope that you're brave enough to take a step in, because what if it does? Thank y'all so much. Bye-bye, y'all.
Okay, let me see if I can get this stopped. Okay. I love her. I love Diana. She and I joined about the same time, and I have known her her whole Mary Kay life. And so, I think I'm getting a little echo here. Y'all hear me okay? Okay, so what's a couple things that stood out to you on her talk that that you liked or that you could use later? Sayla, you got anything?
Yeah, I loved when she said that Mary Kay was the original disruptor. Yeah, that's
She
all that
was.
Yeah.
I mean, really, she was. That's great. Okay, who else has something? Latrice?
I like how she really covered objections in her whole spiel deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, she started off talking about how busy. That's usually something people say, and she's like, oh my gosh, I got this and this and this and this. I mean, you just tell them, and then they can say, oh, well, I can't say I'm busy, So
Yeah.
that, and oh, it was so many things I wrote down. I like where she said you're entitled to 50%.
Yes.
16 streams of income
Yeah.
as a director. I mean, it was just so many things that she shared. Anyway,
I've seen someone do marketing that way with the dollar bill, and
yes,
but it's been a long time. We used
me
to kind of
too.
do it that way. I thought that was really good.
Yes.
Really good.
Oh, the
It made
other
an
thing,
impact.
okay, she said it's because what if you are trainable and coachable?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to say I'm not.
If you're hungry, teachable, and trainable.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love that part. I love
Okay.
that part. Thank you, Latrice.
You're welcome.
Stephanie, what do you think? I'm just looking at you, girl.
I've listened to her before. I do a lot of YouTube findings, and yeah, I thought she was very dynamic and like covered all the bases of why you may not, and said you could. And a good thing is that you can do a little, or you can go for leadership. She,
Yeah.
said we like you either way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I
Not
thought that was
everybody wants to go into leadership, and that you don't have to. You can just sell the product and make a really good income off of
Yeah.
it.
And think about her. She's in the Air Force. Okay. She's a computer. She's like me. She's a computer geek. And she was thinking about going to the CIA and do computer systems. That was my job before Mary Kay, and that was my major in college. And you wouldn't think an old geek like me and Diana would choose to sell lipstick, right? But you just don't know. And so it's like, to me, it's like you need to be offering it to everybody. Don't make the decision for them. And she said that at the very beginning. So, okay, who else has something that they liked about it? Maureen?
She talked about intangible ways and tangible ways that plays a big role. And that's so true, because it could be money, it can be personal growth. But that whole pink dollar thing, I got to go back and re-listen to that, because I talk so much about the 50%, 50%, 50%, 50%.
Mhm.
And she's talking about all these streams of income, 16 streams of income instead of 16 jobs. That really spoke out to me. Like, whoa, what did I miss right there? And so that really, and you know what, for somebody who wants all the details, she covered it all. She covered it all.
In
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
She
did. And
covered
she
it all.
even the stuff about the products and everything. So I thought it
Yeah.
was excellent.
Everything.
In the
She's
chat,
dynamic.
I have put the link again to all these marketing calls. And just remember, they might say March, so whoever you share them with. But right now, you might think, I know someone like Dawn Otten-Sweeney that I should send this to and let her watch it. Or I know someone like Diana, and say, hey, this is a Mary Kay girlfriend of mine, Diana Sumpter. You just remind me of her, and your all's background is the same. I just would love you to listen to it and give me your thoughts. So I put it in there again. All you have to do is just click on the name of the video. There's several more on there, and share them. And so, because these videos really, we won't be sharing them after this month because they all mentioned the $20 thing. Okay. Most of them do anyway. So look at them and think, who could I get to listen to that this week that fits that? And when you look at the descriptions on there, like the next one says, from Lakeisha Chisholm, from fighting for freedom in the Army to finding freedom and flexibility in Mary Kay. Holly Lowe, from college graduate and get married. Jamie Taylor, a millennial looking for more. Julia Monday, 22 and searching to million and success. Karen Riddle came back to Mary Kay, left corporate America, created a dream come true life. Kim McClure, engaged RN. She's a nurse working 70 hours a week, finding hope and harmony. LaRonda Daigle, college graduate, getting married. Ruth Everhart, 18-year career in corporate America, $20,000 in credit card debt, not a salesperson, mom of two, not confident. These are all national sales directors. And then Lauren Bloomer is the last one, engaged, teacher working on her master's degree, sang in a cover band. So you guys, I think you'll find something for anyone that you're talking to that you could share one of these stories with. And if nothing else, listen to for yourself to resell yourself and get fired up. Like Donna Taylor, I'm fired up.
Yeah.
That lady was
Are
amazing.
these on the Cheetah page, Cheetah National page? Cheetah?
Yes, and I just put them in the chat. If you click on that PB site that says pb-site.com, if you click on that, and I just saved it as a bookmark in my browser, but it is on Cheetah Nation. I posted it last week. So you can just scroll down a little bit on Cheetah Nation Facebook group page. If you're watching this on YouTube, just search for Cheetah Nation and ask to be added, and make sure you answer the questions, which just says, are you and Mary Kay? How'd you find out about this? And I'll add you immediately. Okay. Kelly Cooper, good to see your beautiful face. Aunt Connie. And Shug, good to have y'all on here. Good to have all of you on here. Thanks for watching today. And we'll be back next week with Karen Riddle, National Sales Director. So we won't be playing a marketing video next week. So take time this week. Maybe as you're putting your makeup on, they're short. Just listen to one every morning while you're putting your makeup on. It'll get you fired up, right?